Good evening, YouTube. This is Los Angeles Prepper here, and in an effort to get a little bit more creative, I'm going to try kind of open up the box a little bit and do some different segments. Ultimately, I might get a little bit higher on video production so that I can put some screen, put some pictures into the video rather than recording my laptop screen, which believe me, I understand how ghetto that is, but it would take me 45 minutes to render a 10-minute video, so for now, gonna have to deal with the ghetto. Just thought I'd kind of take a look through some of the articles on Drudgereport. If you don't ever check out Drudgereport, it's a fairly prolific news aggregator. It's essentially just all titles of articles. So, it's got a couple pictures. They always kind of throw a couple pictures on, but very, very minimal. You're basically, one of the reasons I really like the site is that you never, even though they have these ads, and they're typically not animated, they do kind of change around and stuff, but like this one just changed to Audible from whatever it was before. But there's no pop ups, they don't ask you for your email, there's no videos that autoplay. Like, the internet, in my opinion, has just become such garbage, YouTube aside, of course. Like, people that are creating their own content is generally high quality, although there are certainly producers in all communities that, love pop-ups, but I don't know, I just like Drudge because it's a really visually pleasing website because it doesn't have a million goddamn things going on. I can just kind of quickly, and it's mostly sort of fluff. A lot of it is fluff, but it's sort of like 2/3 fluff and 1/3 like semi-important shit. So, you know, talking about natural disasters and the House okaying money for relief. North Korea, okay, we know what he thinks about stuff. Now, this is actually kind of an important article. USA deploys another nuclear warship. So that's partly a little sensational, um, because technically, I mean, it doesn't say nuclear, it says nuke warship. So maybe that's supposed to imply that it has a nuke on it. But you may or may not know this, but I do believe there are classes. God, I'm sure there's a nuclear destroyer. I was going to say, if it's nuclear powered, but it doesn't have nukes on it, it's technically still a nuclear destroyer, I think. Um, yeah, so there's aircraft carriers that have nuclear reactors, there's cruisers that have nuclear reactors, there's destroyers that have nuclear reactors, and there are submarines, of course. So there's nuclear submarines, destroyers, cruisers, and aircraft carriers. So to say we're sending a nuclear vessel out there, it's not really clear if it's armed with nuclear weapons, which I believe many of our nuclear vessels are, at least the submarines and the carriers, I think. But anyway, so that's, even though it is certainly kind of saber rattling, at the same time, the warships do have weapons on them. So it's not like you're sending them a Christmas card saying, "Look at our warships." You're actually moving the ship over there. Um, so it definitely, I'm not going to say. I mean, I'm not going to say it's an escalation, but it's definitely more than nothing. They're not on tour. They're not hanging out. They're not fishing over there. So for what it's worth, we're sending another ship over there. Boy Scouts will admit girls. Just the continual erosion of the classic gender stereotypes. And I'm not gonna say if I was a Boy Scout. I won't really say how I feel about Scouts admitting girls or Girl Scouts admitting boys. If you identify as a Boy Scout and you're not a boy, if I was in charge of the troop, I would try to make it work. Other people might not appreciate it, but just to give a little bit of reference, I was when I played little league when I was growing up. One of the dads who taught one of our coaches, his daughter. I don't know if he had multiple kids or if he had two daughters, but he had a daughter, and I don't know if he always thought he wanted a son or he thought his kid was going to play baseball either way. But she played baseball and she was on our team. She was decent. She wasn't amazing. She wasn't terrible. She just wasn't really a big player. She was a little bit slight, so I think she had a little bit of difficulty really putting some. She was small like us. We're all small kids, but some kids are bigger than others, and some kids are stronger than others, and she just wasn't a real heavy hitter. But anyways, he was a cool guy, cool teammate to have. So did a lot of us feel a little weird about having a girl on our team? Yeah, sometimes, but uh, we still practiced with her and played with her and gave her high fives, and we all laughed when the umpire came by to do cup check, especially because even though she was a girl, she at that age it's not always obvious when kids are girls, especially got like a baseball cap on. So it was sort of always funny, like if the umpire didn't realize quickly that she was a girl, that she had to like convince him, like, I'm a girl, like I don't need a cup. But those were the days. um Okay, so yeah, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, fun times. This some more stuff about the Vegas shooting. Um, Worker warned hotel before Vegas shooter. That video. It was. I tell you, one of the weirdest things about this shooting, and there's some weird stuff about it, and I'm very anti tinfoily, and since it's all hearsay if it's on the internet anyways, but that video emerged of those two people walking through the crowd saying all that ominous shit about people are going to get hurt or die or whatever they were saying. Um, that's really weird. That you would suspect indicates some sort of not conspiracy in the large sense, but at least collaboration among multiple individuals. Because obviously, how would you know something's going to happen unless you were part of it somehow, right? So yeah, just scary stuff in Vegas. Really, really scary stuff. I am personally, I have in the past and more recently taken steps to sort of increase my own home defense options. Unfortunately, when I leave the house, I'm sort of defenseless, so to speak, and I'm working on that as well. Although it can be a challenge depending on what county and state you live in as far as getting concealed carry licenses. California is a May issue state, so the local law enforcement has the discretion of whether or not they want to issue that. So that is something that we sort of have to deal with here in California. But this is kind of a super creepy one. Talking drone tries to lure kids from the playground. I don't know if this is like a prank or something, but this is like not okay. Um, yeah, that's fucking really creepy. A drone with voice technology talking to children. That's just not. I mean, it's good to get your kids introduced to drones and technology, but creepy stuff. Creepy stuff. Hurricane Ophelia. Oh, Jesus, we have another one. Oh, and this is out. Oh, this is out over here. Wow. Okay. So yeah, another hurricane. That's cool. Always fun. Weinstein, of course, been in the news for not for being a. I don't. I mean, for sexually assaulting women. I guess there's no reason to sugarcoat it. Allegedly, that's what he's being charged or investigated for. So I'll just leave that at that. Yeah, Affleck's getting thrown. I won't say thrown under the bus, but things about Ben Affleck are coming to light. Whether or not he groped someone inappropriately, that I guess he just apologized for recently. I think, just or I don't know. I don't really follow this stuff, but Alec Baldwin has a drink throwing meltdown. Oh, that is just awesome. It's hilarious. I mean, this guy's probably worth like millions of dollars. He's been in TV and movies for years, and some shit goes down and he throws his drink and he yells at somebody. Like he's been like yelling at people and angry his whole life. I don't know. ISIS fighters lined up and kicked in the groin in bizarre new video. Well, that's good. California fires. Yup. In fact, this picture right here, I could almost guarantee you that we only have a few of these jets, but one of the guys, I want to say it's like a DC-10. Um, yeah. So, anyways, we have a few pilots here that are flying these DC-10s. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit in California that are just like Google fire like crazy firefighter pilots or crazy DC-10 firefighter pilots because there's some videos of a guy or a gal or a team of pilots flying one of these jets just make your jaw drop when you see how close they're flying to these mountains. It's just insane. So, I mean, a lot of stuff going on in the world, but you can see that, and I don't think this is really speaking well to Drudge Report. It's kind of in a quiet period right now. But anyways, that is my quick Drudge Report news review. Maybe I'll take a look at a few other news sites and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.